Hi folks, so I just want to do a very quick vlog. Well, I'll say very quick, but we'll see how quick it'll be. But what I'm showing you here is I've been given a trial, 4-day trial at Pret. So essentially, well, let's say I've got the job. It's a trial shift basically. So 4 days, and it's 7 AM start till 11. So I've gone for like part-time as opposed to full-time, because obviously I've still got a few other commitments like the Anger Group, and obviously I want to try and get my exhibition up and running. So essentially, guys, I got the job. Well, like I said, it's a trial thing, so depending on how I do in the next 4 days, and the feedback I get from the manager and all the other staff that work there will be sort of like making comments about how I did, basically. So depending on how they respond, and how well I do, determines whether I actually get the job or not, essentially. So at least I've got a trial run. So that starts tomorrow morning, 7 AM for the next 4 days. I'm absolutely bricking it, to be quite honest, because I mean, you try to appreciate the fact that I haven't actually been in the work environment working for a company in that sense, because like the company I work for, Emergence, they were a service-led organisation anyway. There's lots of flexibility, lots of understanding, and so on, and blah 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 blah. Great company to work with. Sadly, they no longer exist, and I was freelance on that one. Do you know what I mean? And I did that for 2 years. I loved delivering that training. I was, it took me a long time to gain the confidence and what have you to deliver training to a room full of professional people. Round about average 20 plus sometimes people. And I was doing that like 3-4 times a week, sometimes more. And I was making really good money at it for a little while. I mean, not like fantastically, but comfortably to live on. Do you know what I mean? Reasonably comfortable. Not sort of having to scrimp and scrape and worry about where the next meal comes from, or can I pay the next bill. Do you know what I mean? There was the odd tight moment here and there, but it wasn't too bad. Like I say, sadly that didn't last because the company went into liquidation. And apart from that, and doing the odd thing with John and the Anger Group and this, that and the other and blah blah blah, a few conferences here and there and all the rest of it, essentially I've not been in the workplace, like in a proper work environment like this, since I left school. So this is a massive transition for me. This is life-changing for me, essentially. It's life-changing, because I'm going to have to change a hell of a lot about the way I do things now. It's like I'm going to have to retrain myself to, get to bed early. I mean, for crying out loud, I know it sounds ridiculous to some people. It might sound, you know what I mean? But, I've got a lot of stuff that I've got to try, and a lot of hurdles that the average person wouldn't necessarily have to get through. So anyway, I'm trying not to be Debbie Downer on this. I'm just trying to be realistic, for my own sake. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to tell myself the realities, but at the same time I am going to give my all to this. I am going to, I've got my clothes ready for the morning. I've got my alarm set for just before 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 AM. I mean, I don't think I really need it that early, but I need to, this being the first day and everything, I want to make sure that I get this spot on. So I've got my clothes ready. All my clothes are ready for the morning. We were told to wear like light or well, blue jeans, smart pressed blue jeans. They didn't say anything about what kind of tops we wear. I guess that's up to us because they give you a Pret Mange shirt anyway to wear. Like I say, I've set my alarm for just before 5 o'clock. Shoes got to be black, sort of polishable shoes, which they are, even though they're sort of trainer slash shoes. They are polishable, and like I said, you know, as you can see, I am getting myself ready to make this work, to make this happen, because I want this to happen. Because you know, I need to build up my self-esteem again. I need to build up my confidence. I need to get out there. I'm sick of being stuck in here. I'm sick of having no money. You know, I've got to make this work. But the thing is, like I said, obviously it's not my first choice of job. It's not something that I'm that passionate about. I'm more passionate about homeless issues, do you know what I mean, and mental health issues and stuff like that. And you know, as much as I've been trying to get into that field, at the moment it's just not happening for one reason or another. Not just all because of the, you know, I've had a couple of knockbacks on it and this, that and the other, but it's not just because of that. It's also because I've got very disillusioned and very disheartened around the whole thing. But as I said, with this Pret thing, they've got that foundation that they work with the homeless and they give out the sandwiches and all the rest of it and this, that and the other. So I'm looking to try and see if there's a little niche job in that department, whatever you call it, that might be suited to my experience and whatever sort of thing. So that's kind of where I'm trying to head this thing into, if I can. You know, because I'm not being funny, but it's not. I don't know. But anyway, regardless of my misgivings or whatever, or my apprehensions and all the rest of it, I'm determined to make this work. Do you know what I mean? One way or another, I've got to make this work. I mean, it's not the do all and be all and end all of everything. I mean, you know, if this doesn't work out, then I'll just have to try something else. But you know, I just need something to work for a little while at least. You know, so I've gone for part-time, 16 hours for now. Don't want to dive straight into the deep end too much, because otherwise, you know, I've got to learn to swim before I can flipping go in the deep end. You know what I mean? Learn to swim first. I'm speaking metaphorically, obviously. Well, I say obviously. Anyway, right. So I've got to make this work. So I am absolutely terrified, but not necessarily in a bad way necessarily. But you know, it's kind of like it's really daunting. So, but like I said, I'm going to make this happen. So okay folks, so I just wanted to give you a heads up of what's happening. Of course, depending on how well this goes, or whatever the outcomes are in the next few days, it's going to obviously mean that there's going to probably be less videos. But again, I don't know, maybe I can work around that somehow. We'll see how it turns out, we'll see how it works. Obviously I don't know 100% exactly how this is going to turn out, but yeah, so I'm sure there's something else I probably should have mentioned or whatever, but for now I just need to chill. I need to get my head around this because it's happening tomorrow. Like I say, I haven't got a chance to process this yet. That's why I'm doing this video as well. It's helping me to process it. I'm telling all my friends, I'm telling everybody I know, I'm telling John, and I've even told random people that I know in the market, do you know what I mean, that I just know as acquaintances. I'm telling them all about it, because I'm just trying to process this whole thing. I didn't expect this, to be quite honest. I really didn't. So like I said, I'm just trying to get it, I'm trying to process it, I'm trying to understand it, I'm trying to girder my loins. No, that's not right, is it? No, no, that doesn't sound right at all. Yeah, is that the right phrase? Maybe not. I'm just trying to, you know, build up my courage and what have you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, in a very long-winded way, I guess. Right, so okay, so for now I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to catch you folks later. Bye for now.